I have just made a no-bake Christmas cake. It's a fruit and nut base, dried fruit and nuts. You can make loads of swaps. It's also vegan and gluten-free, and it's naturally sweetened with dried fruit, and there's a little hint of maple syrup in the icing. It's actually ridiculously easy to make. I'm going to take you through it step by step, and be sure before you do that, if you like this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know how you get on. Okay, let's go see how easy it is to make delicious gluten-free vegan no-bake Christmas cake. So in here I've got 300 grams of chopped dates, chopped apricots and sultanas or raisins, so any dried fruit that you have. What I'm going to do next is get a orange. It works best with an orange. I didn't have an orange, so I just used the clementine here. And then you're going to finely grate it on the finest part of your grater. You might have to push a little bit hard. You just want to grate it so that you're getting the orange stuff off. You don't want to go through too much of the white pith. I want to get about a heaped teaspoon worth of zest. Then I'm going to pop that in. I'm going to squeeze the juice out of my clementine. You can use anything similar. You could even use lemon, that'll work too. We're just looking for that citrusy sort of vibe. You could use orange extract, lemon extract, but just squeeze it all in there. What you want to do is mix it in until the fruit is evenly coated, and then leave it for about an hour. I want the citrusy vibe to just marinate into the belly of the fruit. And while you're waiting for that to soak, you want to grab 75 grams of cashews, put them in water and leave that to soak. If you've got time, let them soak overnight. If you haven't, you want to leave them for a minimum of 1 hour just to soften before we use them. And this is actually going to be part of the icing that we put on top. Super healthy, or what? It's best if you've got a food processor to make this. You can have, this is quite a big food processor. You can use a small food processor and do it in bits. If you haven't got that, you can use a NutriBullet to blend things down, and then you can sort of do it by hand. That's the other way that I like to do it as well. First thing, you're gonna take 200 grams of almonds, pop them in, and then grind them down into a sort of rustic meal. There you go. So some nice rustic bits in there. And then I'm going to add a heaped teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of finely grated ginger, walnuts, a very small pinch of sea salt. And this time I actually want to keep these in chunks, so I just want to pulsate it, so I've got walnut pieces in the cake. So just give that a little pulse for a few times just to break them down and mix things together. Perfect. And then I've mixed this in a couple of times over the last hour. You see how it's absorbed the liquid and become a bit mushy. Perfect. I want everything to combine together until it's nice and squishable, so I'm going to pulse it and let it blend, but I don't want it to blend too much because I do want to have some chunks in there. There we go. So you can see you've got this mixture here, and if you push that together, look at that, it combines perfectly. So that's what we're looking for. Have a little taste of it, make sure that you're happy with it. If you want to add any more sweetener, I suggest coconut sugar or a little hint of maple syrup. You might also want to put some vanilla in there or add something extra in terms of warming spices, but that's completely up to you. I like to put nutmeg in there sometimes too. In fact, I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg. Make sure everything is evenly combined and that you're happy with it. And then you want to get a round baking tin. We're not going to bake it. You can use anything round. You can do a square one, you can do a rectangular one, or you can just make a shape with your hands. What I want to do is take some parchment paper and line it. I want to take about 3/4 of my mixture. I want to keep some to the side. Then I want to push this down, pack it in really tightly. And it can help if you get a spoon just to make it nice and even. So I've got this plate and I thought I'd turn it upside down. I want to take my pie, and it's nice and set in there almost immediately, and I want to pop that on the plate. It's actually easier if I just take it out of the parchment paper at this stage. Actually turn it upside down, perfect size. You can of course just put it on a flat plate, or say a chopping board, or a nice flat board with some parchment paper underneath. And then I'm going to get the last little bit and I'm going to make a shape on top. You can do it in a star shape or a nice round shape like that. I just want a couple of extra layers on the cake, really. I thought I'd try and make a 5-pointed star. Yeah, I've just made a nice little star. I've just pushed it with my fingers and used a little bit of a knife. So I've got a nice star on top. So the next thing we're going to do is make the frosting. We're going to use cashews. I've soaked these overnight. If you haven't got time to soak them overnight, just make sure you soak them for at least an hour and add a bit of extra water when you blend them. Let's go. They've been soaked in filtered water. Just going to strain off that water. I am going to use a hand blender. It's called an immersion blender in the USA, to blend them. So you need a jug or a jar or something that can fit in with a flat bottom so that you can blend them up. Pop in the cashews, and then we want something to sweeten it. So you can use a little bit of coconut sugar or maple syrup or agave syrup, anything like that. I've put about a tablespoon of maple syrup, and that's vanilla extract, about half a teaspoon. I'm going to add in a couple of tablespoons of water just to make the blending a little easier. Blend. Just a quick reminder, if you like this, I've got 2 cookbooks, Angelicious and the Kind Earth cookbook. I'd love it if you buy a copy. There we go. Nice and creamy smooth. So just adjust, if you want a little bit of extra sweetener in there, just adjust it to your taste. And then get your cake and ice it, just spread it everywhere. It doesn't have to be perfect, and if you want to make it a bit more rusticy, just do that with your knife, or you can smooth it off. I've got some pumpkin seeds that I'm going to chop into little pieces, blueberries, flaked almonds, desiccated coconut, and I need something red. These are freeze-dried raspberry sprinkles. I think they'll do quite nicely. Not quite red, a bit more pink. I think if I've got goji berries, I'd use those to decorate, but it looks like I've run out of goji berries. I do hope that you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful. Please give me a thumbs up here. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Go buy a copy of my cookbook and stay tuned because I'll be posting more soon. Okay, bye for now.